there is a political wing and a military wing of Hezbollah. Hezbollah itself denies that. I think Naim Qassem has said that Hezbollah is a bird. You need both wings to fly. There's no separation. But the French believe in that fiction. And we've talked to them about that. Other states and countries in Europe have moved away from that, and other countries around the world. But this is a certain French predilection, and I don't think it's particularly productive. If you want to get another government, and certainly Hezbollah is a major political force and military force in Lebanon outside the control of the central government. But if you talk about reform, about a new type of Lebanese government that is committed to reform, fighting corruption, if you're wanting to get Hezbollah to once again be part of that system with their partners who perpetrated this type of corruption and helped drive Lebanon into the financial ruin it is today, that doesn't seem to me to be a productive avenue to take.
Then what are your thoughts about the European mechanism that was put into place? Well, it wasn't fully adopted, on imposing sanctions on Lebanese politicians.
Yeah, well, we heard from President Macron right after the port blast that France would be designating Lebanese who were obstructing government formation and undermining efforts for reform. And we've not seen any of those sanctions.
What about the lack of respect for the Lebanese army? We heard Mr. Hassan Nasrallah's last speech. He attacked openly the Lebanese army. What are your comments?
He's one speechless. Obviously, Hezbollah, which is known here in the United States as a state within a state, they have very little regard for state institutions. Now, Lebanon is not a country that is known for its strong institutions. But if there is one that is cross-sectarian, that I think represents, historically has represented both national interest, stability in the state, and the pride of the country, that would be the Lebanese Armed Forces, which is one of the last remaining and popular institutions in the country. And Hezbollah has no regard for state institutions because its whole being has been predicated on the fact that the state does not have any weight or authority over them. They want the state to represent internationally, to bring in international aid, and they want to operate independently to answer sovereign questions for Lebanon about issues of war and peace, issues of freedom of speech, who can say what, and who can be killed on their orders, whether this is on the anniversary of the assassination of Rafiq Hariri, whether it's Rafiq Hariri, whether it's Lokman Sleen, they have carte blanche. There is no accountability for Hezbollah. They like it that way.